Hi there. I'm Daniel Lader, founder of Lader CPA and Associates, and welcome back to our ongoing series, Building Your Private Practice from Beginning to Infinity. My therapist says I catastrophize. My accountant says I itemize. Either way, I'm really good at making small things sound terrible. All right, this week, the topic we're going to be focusing on is creating a health savings account strategy, your HSA account. Now, imagine being able to save for medical expenses, reduce taxes today, and even build retirement wealth at the same time. That's the power of an HSA. The goal today is to show you how to make the most of this unique account. Contributions are tax deductible or pre tax if they go through payroll. The growth inside the account is tax free, and withdrawals for qualified medical expenses are also tax free. That's a triple tax benefit. Now, funds from an HSA account, they roll over from year to year, not like an FSA account where things are use it or lose it, and you hear sob stories about people who didn't use it in time and the money is gone. I say sob stories, but they're really sad because that's their money literally disappearing. HSA, the accounts roll forward, great for retirement. An HSA can also serve both as your medical fund and a retirement vehicle. We'll talk a little bit about that cool feature later. Now, the rules for an HSA, especially for you S corporation owners. A lot of you have in your S corporation and you're looking for additional ways, additional benefits to cut your taxes down. HSA is great, but there's some specific rules just for you. First off, unlike your W 2 employees, a 2% or greater shareholder in an S corporation cannot make the pre tax payroll contributions into an HSA, meaning you don't get that extra little benefit of cutting down your payroll taxes with an HSA contribution. Your employees can. And if you're an employee somewhere else with an HSA, you can do that through your payroll. But as an S corporation owner, you miss that extra little perk. You can the contributions to your HSA accounts, they must be made with after-tax dollars, but they're still deductible on your personal tax return. Meaning, again, you don't get it as a payroll contribution benefit, but you can still make contributions into your HSA account for a nice deduction on your personal tax return. Now, the corporation can still reimburse the shareholder for premiums and medical expenses under a proper plan, but compliance is key. So, still put those HSA accounts through your business. It still can be done in a way through payroll to make it more automatic, something you don't have to think about at the end of the year. Now, what are the benefits of an HSA? First off, there's flexibility. You can use the funds now for medical expenses, or you can save them for future healthcare needs. And here's something you don't hear a lot about, but another benefit of an HSA, after you've hit the retirement age, you can withdraw money from your HSA for non medical reasons and not have the penalty. These withdrawals will be treated like a traditional IRA, meaning they will be taxed, but there's no additional penalty anymore after the retirement age. This creates an extra bucket for a tax advantaged savings and retirement account. So after you've maxed out your IRA, your company retirement account, you still can put money in the HSA. Now, there's some advanced strategies for an HSA that I'd like to talk about. And this is what makes an HSA account special. So here we go. First off, it's a little bit of a stealth IRA. What you can do with your medical expenses is you can pay your current medical expenses out of pocket, not through the HSA. That lets the money that's still in the HSA continue to grow tax-free. And then later, years later, decades later, you can still reimburse yourself for those prior medical expenses that you paid out of pocket. Meanwhile, those funds in the HSA have been growing tax-free before they come out and reimburse you. There is no link between the time the medical expense is incurred and the time the reimbursement from the HSA has to be pulled out. That little discrepancy, and it's an intentional one, that little discrepancy in the HSA law lets you build up and then pull money out of your HSA, potentially tax free, for as long as you're able to if you manage this strategy. Now, some other strategies for the HSA: you can invest those funds. It's called a health savings account. That kind of makes you think like it's a little bit like a bank account. You put money in there, it might grow a tiny bit from interest, and then you use it. That's true. But most HSAs also have the option to invest a portion of the funds inside the HSA. So it can be invested in the same types of things you're investing your IRA funds in or your 401k funds in. It can be linked to something like an index fund and grow with the market. Now, also think about the family strategy side of things too. Contributions can cover qualified expenses for your spouse, your dependents, and this helps to expand the benefit and reach of the HSA. Remember, plan for rollovers. This is another strategy that gets forgotten sometimes. If you're moving between jobs or between insurance plans, coordinate to make sure that your HSA goes with you and that you're not over contributing. If you over contribute to an HSA, you are required to take that extra money out. So, as a couple closing thoughts, an HSA is not just a savings account. It's one of the most powerful tax and retirement planning tools available when it's used strategically. One question I'd like you to think about is, how could you adjust your approach in medical expenses today to maximize the long term tax and retirement benefits of an HSA? Now, if you have any questions about this topic, feel free to DM me, reach out to me in any way you'd like to. I'd be happy to answer your questions on this topic. It is a cool one. There's some things I did not talk about just to keep this on a high level and simple, but let me know if you have questions. Now, if you would like to schedule a free 30-minute discovery call with my firm, with myself or someone else, go ahead and DM us. We'll send you a calendar link to get that scheduled. Have a free discovery call to discuss your business, yourself, and the tax strategies that you can take advantage of. Follow and subscribe for future tax tips and events like this one, and visit our website, latercpa.com. I will see you all on the next video. Have a great weekend and keep helping others to help themselves, and let us help you so you can do just that. Bye.